Under Preferences, Tools, Selections, we have a number of options. In addition to the general selection modes, we have a couple here for the right mouse button. For chains, when I right click and select this part of the chain, currently it's selecting the entire chain. We can see here down in the schematic. If I were to select the entire tree, when I right click, it selects the tree. And model select goes all the way up to the model. In the schematic, it is different if I right click on here, because I'm already close to the viewing of the tree and the model, whereas here my model could be anywhere. For objects, very similar, tree select for my objects. So when I right click on here, it selects the tree. I have a model null underneath here. If I were to select the model selection, when I right click, it selects the entire model. If we go to rectangular select options, surround edges, this is for selecting edges in lasso or rectangular selection method. If I click E here, I'm now, notice here, I'm selecting all that rectangle touches. If I were to have to surround the edges, notice only those ones wholly inside the rectangle get selected. For raycast in shaded mode, this is in addition to things like wireframe, constant shaded, texture decal, essentially everything but wireframe. If I were to now select my objects, you notice I'm selecting through my object. There's one underneath here. If I were to put this on and I'm in non-wireframe mode, I don't select it. Similar for components. If I have two objects selected here and I now go into, say, polygon mode, when I select this, note it selects everything underneath that rectangle. If I were to be raycast, it only selects everything that could be raycast through that rectangle. This also affects move point. So if I go into wireframe here, just frame this up, you can see with wireframe I can move points through these objects. And if I'm in, say, hidden line here, and I try and move a point with this on, I cannot. If it's off, there we go, I'm moving a point on an object underneath. Raycast select options for back-facing polygons. Here I have an extrusion, so the normals for this object are pointing out. So these polygons are on the inside. Now when I'm just raycasting selection. I can select anything where the normal, there we go, is facing out. I cannot select on the inside. If I turn this on, I can now select back-facing polygons. And finally, selection change command. Anytime I change my selection, whatever it may be, I can run a command. Now this command can be something a script I've already made, and I just log the command name in here. But just to give you an idea, if I were to do something like to a message box, when I select something, here we go, I'm getting a message box pop up every time I change my selection.